Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Madden 23 ratings. And in today's video, we got quarterbacks for you. The quarterbacks just dropped today, and we got a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of bad quarterbacks that probably should have been rated higher, didn't end up being rated higher. But we're gonna go over all of them today. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So starting off at number one, we have Tom Brady with a 97. We have Aaron Rodgers with a 96, Patrick Mahomes 95, Josh Allen 92, Joe Burrow 90, Dak Prescott 89, Justin Herbert 88, Lamar Jackson 87, Russell Wilson 87, Matthew Stafford 85, and then moving on, that's the top 10. And then now moving on, Deshaun Watson 84, Kyler Murray 84, Derek Carr 83, Ryan Tannehill 83, Matt Ryan 81, Kirk Cousins 80, Mac Jones 78, Baker Mayfield 77, Jimmy Garoppolo 77, Jameis Winston 76. And I guess let's just start out right from the top. A lot to talk about here, even in the top five. So Tom Brady takes the cake as the number one rated quarterback in the game with a 97. Not surprised we didn't see a 98 or a 99. Not really surprised at all there. I'm a little surprised that Tom Brady got a 97. I think that Madden did it because this is probably going to be his last Madden or last Madden game he's going to be in. Because I think maybe when he faked his retirement to 44. My theory is he's just waiting until he plays, he's done, he retires at 45, even 45. Who knows though? But this is probably going to be his last Madden game, so why not put him the highest rated in the game? They're not going to go overkill and give him a 98 or a 99. I mean, his season wasn't as good as his championship season, so, you know. But Aaron Rodgers gets a 96, which is really surprising to me because he just came off of his MVP season, his back-to-back MVP season. Or at least I think it was a back-to-back, but it's just surprising to me that he's only in 96. Um, you know, Obviously, I don't think they want to put him even on the same level as Brady or put him over Brady in Brady's last season. So I think Aaron Rodgers got screwed over there by the I guess just the emotions of Tom Brady. He definitely should be higher. Trust me, my least favorite player in NFL history is Aaron Rodgers, but he should definitely be rated higher than a 96. Who actually is very very controversial. People think he should be rated higher, but I don't think is Patrick Mahomes with a 95. Sure, I mean Patrick Mahomes late after mid-season, he started to turn around and look like his old self again. But at the beginning of the season, there was a whole meltdown with him and how he was just playing. It was just not very good. I mean, they had to clutch up to barely beat the Raiders sometimes. I mean, it was just not it wasn't looking good for the Chiefs. Honestly, if you look at the stat sheet, I mean, he should be like a 93 or 92. But I will give him a 95 because most of those incompletions weren't his fault. It was mostly receivers. I'd say the biggest debacle with the Chiefs last season was the offensive line, which got fixed a little bit from their Super Bowl loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that season. It definitely got fixed, but not as much as it should have. And the receivers, I don't know what happened to their gloves. If they just like instead of putting stick on, they put a stick of butter. I don't know, butter. I don't know why I just said that. But right below him is Josh Allen with a 92, which I feel like that's really just like I don't know why they want to separate the gap between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Honestly, I would put Josh Allen as a 96. Honestly, I mean not that he's on the same level as Aaron Rodgers, but he's definitely should be higher rated than Patrick Mahomes. Oh, the playoff, yeah. Patrick Mahomes' team beat him in the playoffs. They shouldn't have. We all know the Bills should have won that game. And maybe he's not on the same level as Patrick Mahomes' overall rating or higher. If you don't think so, but he definitely shouldn't be 3 overalls below. He should be at least a 94 in my book. But then we got Joe Burrow with a 90. I think that that is a very good place for Joe Burrow, a 90. A lot of people say he should be on the same level as Josh Allen. I don't think so. But I mean, the magic of the Bengals didn't all have to do with Joe Burrow. I mean, sure it did a lot, but I mean, I mean, it was basically the same team as the season he got injured, like in the beginning. It was basically the same team, or it was basically just no, it was just basically him, except now he's got all those weapons. And then right below him is Dak Prescott with an 89. And yeah, Dak was really. I mean, I went to the games. I'm a big Cowboys fan. I can admit he was really inconsistent. Um, but I mean, his worst games he was like mediocre at best, and then his best games he was probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I mean, I pulled up the stats, right? Just gonna compare them. Yards, Joe Burrow had 4,600, which is tied for sixth. Or no, not tied. He was sixth. And then Dak Prescott was right behind him with 4,400 for seventh. Dak Prescott had 37 touchdowns, tied for fourth. Joe Burrow had 34 touchdowns for eighth. Interceptions, Dak Prescott had 10, which was tied for ninth. And then Joe Burrow had 14th, which is tied for 24th. QBR, Dak Prescott had 54.6, which is 11th, and Joe Burrow had 54.3, which was 12th. And then Dak Prescott had 410 completions out of 596 for 68%. Joe Burrow had 366 out of 520 for 70%. Now, if you look at those stats, those are literally dang near identical. I don't know who pulls off the edge. But I mean honestly, they should both be 90s. They both had very identical seasons. The only reason why I think Joe Burrow gets the edge is obviously because of that magical playoff run that the Bengals had. But as players, just in general, Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow had nearly identical seasons. So I do feel like Dak should get the leeway of being a 90. But honestly, that inconsistency, especially in the playoffs too, I could definitely see how he could also be 89. But yeah. And then Justin Herbert is going to be 88. Honestly, this is a very good pick. He was also really inconsistent this year. But, man, did he put on a show for those LA fans. I mean, think about it. He doesn't really have a lot of weapons either. I mean, Keenan Allen. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only other offensive weapon besides him and Keenan Allen is Austin Eckler and a few, decently mid, receivers. Great offensive line, but yeah. And then Lamar Jackson with 87. I heard a lot of people calling this controversial and da 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 da. But honestly, I agree because passing wise this year, early in the season, yeah, don't get me wrong. Early in the season, he was probably one of the best passing quarterbacks, but after once midseason hit, he just went on a rapidly declining performance passing wise, and he just began running the ball a lot and just losing a lot of games. And I mean, what really just put the nail in the coffin is that he got injured, and then that just drove the Ravens down. And obviously, a lot of passes went incomplete due to kind of like the Mahomes syndrome of just receivers just not catching the ball correctly. And then Russell Wilson gets to 87, so he's on the same level as Lamar Jackson, which is a little bit odd because he did get injured through like the whole season almost. I would put him at like an 85 just because all the workout videos just got me hyped up to see the Broncos next season. I'm not gonna lie. Matthew Stafford with an 85. This is just like I don't get this one. He should definitely be on the same like Josh Allen level as a 92, 91, 92, 93. That's why I put Matthew Stafford any day of the week. He was the missing piece of that Rams offense. He was the missing piece to that Jared Goff, Rams team. And he was always good in Detroit. Madden never gave him a good thing. He was basically holding Detroit together. And then all that energy and all that support coming to the Rams won them Super Bowl. Sure, I don't think they would have won the Super Bowl if they played anywhere else but LA. But that's a different story for a different time. And then starting off with the rest of the top 20 really fast here. Deshaun Watson with an 84. That is very generous of them, especially considered I'm not even gonna get into the whole thing, but he hasn't played football in like over a year. He's like the Le'Veon Bell. That's like them putting Le'Veon Bell as like a 90 when he was returning to the Jets. Like no, and he might not even play like a lot next season. Like they're still determining his suspension. Like he's not gonna play a lot next season. And then Kyler Murray. I don't like Kyler Murray because, I don't like Oklahoma, the Sooners. I don't like them, but that's just utter blasphemy to put him at 84. He should definitely be like 88, 89. Same level as Dak Prescott, I would say. 84, put him on the same level as Deshaun Watson. That is just like, really just like, wow. I don't know who just got really big mad over the Hail Murray, but I don't know. 84, that just doesn't seem right. Derek Carr's at 83. I could see this one. It's definitely going to go up next season because obviously, Devontae Adams is going to be a big corner piece of that. Ryan Tannehill on the same level with Derek Carr. I see nothing wrong with that. The offense is carried by him. Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, 81, 80. Mac Jones, Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo, 77. James Winston, 76. I see nothing wrong with those. Those are all good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and this might be it for the Madden 23 ratings. I'm only going over the big, centerpieces of ratings, but I'll see you guys if there is a next one. I'll see you guys.